Hello and welcome to the Survival to Success podcast. Today, I want to talk about a topic that's related to nutrition. And I have a real passion for assisting people to understand what it is in our food supply that is toxic and pro-inflammatory to our bodies, and actually is connected and linked to various medical conditions. The way we feel affects our energy. It affects the inflammation in our body, the amount of pain that we have, and just basically our long-term health can be very significantly impacted by the additives and the different types of toxic things that are in our food supply that many people are not aware of. So the topic I'm going to speak about today is one of the topics that I talk about in my 8-week Reset Health program. And I have a section inside that program called the Food for Life. And so I talk in detail about the most common toxicities in our food and how to identify them. And it really makes a huge difference on how we feel and our health. So the topic today, I want to talk about trans fats. Trans fats are a type of unhealthy fat that has been directly connected to many health problems, including heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and inflammation. And inflammation in our bodies leads to many other things that I really, there's too much to even talk about here, but autoimmune diseases is one of them. And so in this podcast, I'm going to specifically explore what trans fats are, how they affect the human body, and then steps that you can take to avoid them in your diet. So trans fats are known as trans unsaturated fatty acids, and they are a type of fat created when liquid vegetable oils are partially hydrogenated, which turns them into solid fats. And so trans fats are used in food production. And the reason for this is because they are cheap, they're easy to use, and have a long shelf life. So they're commonly found in things like processed foods, fried foods, baked goods, and a lot of the snack foods that are out there. And so when we consume trans fats, it has many negative effects on the human body. And one of the primary ways it impacts our health is by raising our bad cholesterol. And many of you know our bad cholesterol is the LDL cholesterol, which is connected to heart disease. And trans fats also have the impact of lowering our good cholesterol, which is our HDL, which is the thing that protects us against heart disease. So it's a double whammy. It increases the bad and lowers the good. And so trans fats, again, are linked to inflammation, which is a known risk factor for many chronic diseases. So trans fats can impact the human body in many ways, but one of the most significant is the impact on heart health. So studies have consistently shown that consuming trans fats increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. And trans fats have been linked to type 2 diabetes, inflammation, and many other health problems. So what is the research? Research has shown that trans fats have a negative impact on our health, especially our heart health. And for example, a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that replacing just 2% of your daily calorie intake from trans fats with unsaturated fats was associated with a 53% reduction in the risk of coronary heart disease. Another study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that a high intake of trans fats was connected to an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. So that's a big reduction, 53% reduction in the risk of heart disease. So how do we identify these trans fats on food labels? So identifying trans fats on food labels can be kind of a tricky thing because, get this, food manufacturers are not required to list them separately. So this is pretty tricky, right? They are included under the heading of partially hydrogenated oils or hydrogenated oils. So if you see those two things on a food label, it's a good indication that this product contains trans fats. So what foods contain trans fats? So it's in processed foods, fried foods, baked foods, snack foods, and some of the most common sources of trans fats is things like margarine, shortening, fried foods, for example, fried chicken, French fries. It could be baked goods such as cookies, cakes, pastries, and then pretty much all of those snack foods, potato chips, crackers, all of that kind of stuff. And in terms of some brands that are specifically known to contain trans fats, there's way too many to list. But for example, McDonald's, they have their French fries and many other menu items full of trans fats. KFC, of course, their fried chicken and many other things. Dunkin' Donuts, any of those donut places. Things like Pillsbury's, which is your cake and your brownie mixes and such things like that. So really watch the labels for partially hydrogenated oils or hydrogenated oils. So what are some healthier options and what to watch for on labels? So the best way to avoid trans fats is to choose whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible in your diet. So when buying packaged foods, watch for things that are labeled trans fats free, or it might say no partially hydrogenated oils. However, it's really important to be aware that some food manufacturers use misleading labeling to make their products seem healthier than they really are. For example, a product may be labeled 0 grams of trans fat, but actually still contains small amounts of trans fats because of a loophole in labeling laws. So really be careful with that and watch and look for the ingredients. So yes, so to avoid falling for these marketing tricks, which is what they are, it's important to read the ingredients list very carefully and look for any mention of partially hydrogenated or hydrogenated oils. So if you are looking for healthier alternatives for yourself and your family, then there is many options. Here are some tips. So instead of using margarine or shortening in your cooking, you can use healthier fats like olive oil or coconut oil, making note that if you overheat olive oil, it can actually become mutated and become saturated fats. So olive oil is primarily meant for cool or warm use, and then coconut oil is a medium chain fatty acid, and it doesn't get mutated during high heat cooking. So it's one of the better ones for cooking, but you should still use small amounts because all of those oils aren't necessarily very healthy for us. And then when baking, use things like applesauce or mashed bananas instead of using butter or oil, especially in things like muffins. And then when you're snacking, try to have things like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds instead of things like chips and all those preformed processed snack foods that are full of trans fats. And these trans fats are very, very unhealthy and can have a significant negative impact on our health. And so it's, like I said, I'll summarize. They're commonly found in processed food. So that's all foods that are ground up and shaped into different shapes that are not in their natural form. Fried foods, baked foods, snack foods, and like a lot of this food has been connected to medical conditions. And the sad part for me is I worked in the medical field for over 25 years. And a lot of times when people are diagnosed with things that are directly connected to what we're eating, like heart attacks, stroke, diabetes, inflammatory and rheumatoid conditions, autoimmune conditions, then the medical people are not really asking people about their diet and not educating people about what's in your diet and how that's having an impact and may be causing the problems with your medical, with your health. So admittedly, it may be difficult to avoid trans fats 100% because of the way the food supply is now, but we can always take steps in reducing our intake of these foods by always focusing on whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible and really being aware and reading your food labels really, really carefully. And overall, even just by making small changes, you can improve your health, that of your family, and reduce your own risk of chronic disease in the long run. So I want to just talk a little bit about the politics and the policymakers, because there's been a lot of push for policymakers to take action to reduce the risk or to reduce the use of trans fats in foods. And so in many countries, including the USA and Canada, there are regulations in place that require food manufacturers to disclose the amount of trans fats in their products. And some countries have even banned the use of trans fats entirely. And so these efforts that those companies are the countries who have banned trans fats have been able to improve the health of their community as a result of that. So there's a lot of work to still be done because trans fats are still a common ingredient in so much of our processed foods. And this, of course, is really concerning, especially in low and middle income countries where things like chronic disease, heart disease, and diabetes are on the rates of that are on the rise. And so by really focusing on encouraging those countries to reduce the use of trans fats can make a huge impact on the health of the public in those countries. And it's really important to be aware that trans fats, when it comes to healthy diet, is only one small piece of the puzzle. It's very significant, but it's only one small part of it. And so this is why I put together this 8-week reset, because there are many factors when it comes to like product additives, whether it's artificial color, artificial flavor, artificial sweeteners, that have a huge impact on our health as well. So reducing trans fats is also very, very helpful, but it's very important to focus on having those whole foods. So fruit, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein sources like chicken and fish, and cutting the skin and the fat off of those, and having healthy fats like, for example, nuts, avocados, seeds, and of course fish. So overall, trans fats are a type of unhealthy fat that is known to have serious impact on our health. And while it can be difficult to avoid them altogether, there are steps we can take to reduce our intake by choosing whole, unprocessed foods, reading food labels, and really maybe helping to advocate for policies that reduce the use of trans fats. Then we can not only create a healthier food environment for our country, for ourselves, but also for future generations, like our children, our grandchildren, and so on. So the negative impact of trans fats on our health cannot be ignored, because there are direct connections of disease to the use of these trans fats. And, even making small changes in our diet can make a huge, huge difference in the long run. And so what's really important is for us as individuals to take responsibility, to read the labels, to avoid toxicities such as trans fats, that really have a significant impact on our health. So I think it's really important for everyone to become more aware of these toxic and pro-inflammatory foods, the additives and things in our food. So this is why I am extremely passionate about researching this and providing information to you about foods. And this is why I created the program that I'm calling the 8-Week Reset, where I really dig deep and educate with regards to nutrition and much more, because I incorporate the use of hypnosis to change how you feel about yourself, how you feel about food, and some of the deeper subconscious programming that we have connected to our worthiness, and that we're worth taking the time, that we are worthy of time, we're worthy of love, we're worthy of attention, to actually, we're worth putting the attention on ourselves, on the health of our body. And so then I also incorporate some coaching as well to help people to really tap into those limiting beliefs and have a significant health transformation. So if you would like to have more information about this 8-Week Reset, be sure to look below. I have all my contact information in the show notes and below. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email to support@dianegoodmanson.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you on the next episode.